everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with my May Empties video. So this will probably be a long video, just a fair warning, but I tend to ramble a bit in these videos and they kind of, go on for a while. But anyway, I will get started. So what I do with my empties, I've been doing it for the past, I guess, 4 empties videos since the beginning of the year. I've started to include the dollar amount of all my empties. Just it's helpful for me to see like what am I actually using up in terms of dollars to really think about my spending. So I'll go by category and then I'll give you the like subtotals for each category and then I'll have the totals at the end. So anyway, I will get started. So my first category is skincare. This month I used up 2 items. So firstly I have the Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover. I feel like I use these up every few months. I just use it to take off my eye makeup. I do really like this one, and I will definitely repurchase it again in the future. Currently I'm using one by Aveeno, which I also like as well. But yeah, that is finished off. And then I finished up an item from Fresh. It's kind of like a deluxe size. I got it for Christmas in like one of those like ornament type things from Sephora. So it's like a good deluxe size. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. I actually really like this. It was a very, it was like kind of thick. I feel like you could use it morning and evening. I was using it more at like night. I would definitely consider repurchasing this in like a full-size version at some point, but I did really enjoy that one. So that one is finished off. So in total for skincare I only finished up those 2 items, but the Fresh item, even though it was a deluxe size, it was relatively expensive. So for skincare for total I've used up $23.32 for this month. So my next category is makeup, and I have used up a few makeup items, which is exciting. So the first thing is from my Project 10 pan. It was my Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I actually really like this one. It's just a travel size of it, but you can see the brush. It's very, I guess kind of like a full brush, and it has more like natural bristles versus like plastic ones. Or not maybe natural, but like, I don't know. But that's what the brush looks like. But yeah, I did really like this one. I feel like it did a good job at like adding volume, but it also it didn't really like clump up my lashes or make them all like kind of go together. So yeah, I did enjoy that mascara. And then the 2 other makeup items I used up are exciting because they aren't stuff that are in Project Pan, so it's just stuff I was kind of using like every day that I used up. So I have my foundation that I used up, which is from Makeup Forever. This is the Ultra HD foundation. So previously I was using their just HD foundation, and this is like the new formula of it. And I did like their old foundation a lot. Like I've repurchased that several times. I really like that. And then this one I didn't like as much. I would say this would be better for maybe drier skin. I don't know. It just didn't, because I have super oily skin. I felt like it didn't like last the longest. Like it looked really nice when I first put it on, but it just didn't last well throughout the day for me. So I'm sad about it because I really did like the original formulation of this foundation, and I love that they have such a wide shade selection. So the shade is really great. This is like God, I don't know what the number of this one is, but I guess R10 210 is what it says on the bottom, so I think that's the number of it. But yeah, they have like the cool shades and the warm shades, and they just have like a bunch of different shades. So I really do like this brand, but yeah, this particular foundation didn't really work for me. What I'm wearing now is their mattifying foundation, which is supposed to be more for oily skin. I wish there was something sort of like in between, because this one can be the mattifying one can be a little bit too mattifying. Sometimes I don't want it to be a super matte look. So yeah, unfortunately I'm sad that they changed the formula of this one, but anyway, there's that. And then something else I used up was from Becca. This is the blotting powder perfector. It's just a translucent powder. And this one I got during the VIB sale. It is more expensive for like a blotting powder, but I figured, you know, with the sale, I wanted to try something out from Becca because this brand is like super popular. But I would say with this, I don't really hear people talking about this product. I more hear about like their highlighters. But for me, maybe it's the combination of these two products, so I would use these together. But I didn't see that it really controlled my oil that well. I just see that I get really oily, especially in my T-zone. So I definitely won't be repurchasing this powder, which is kind of sad. Like when you get something that's like more expensive, you're expecting it's gonna like work really well, but this really didn't work. I do prefer like, what am I using now? I'm using my like Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm like, that's from the drugstore, and I feel like that works a lot better than this one did. So unfortunately, both of these were kind of a miss for me, but you know, I have used them up, and that's something with makeup. You kind of have to experiment a little, and you're not necessarily going to know if something's going to work for you until you actually try it. So I'm happy that those two are finished, but yeah, definitely nothing I'd be repurchasing. So that's my makeup category. So for this category for the month, my total in terms of dollars was $79.64. My next category is body care. So I have a kind of a variety of stuff I used up. So firstly, I have one of these EOS shave creams. This is in the lavender jasmine scent. I feel like I always have these. This is my go-to shave cream now. I do really like these EOS ones. But yeah, they're just like, I feel that they're super like creamy, and I like that they're like a thicker type of formula, so I really like these. I always have these in my empties, and I like the scent of this one too, so definitely would repurchase that. I have a foaming hand soap from Bath & Body Works. This is the Pretty Pink Peony scent. It was perfect for like spring. I love the packaging of it, and the scent is good as well. I really like peony. Yeah, it's just very like sweet type of floral scent. The notes of this one were blushing peony, jasmine petals, and sandalwood. So I really love all those scents, so the perfect kind of combination. So I definitely would repurchase something like this one or something similar next spring. I did really enjoy that. Then I have one of Bath & Body Works body creams. This is in the Endless Weekend scent. I really like this scent from Bath & Body Works. It's very like fruity. And the notes of this are Summer Mandarin, Sunkissed Magnolia, Raspberry Lychee Sorbet, Blue Coconut Water, and Vanilla Sandalwood. So you definitely get that like kind of fruitiness with the coconut, and I feel like it's just a really nice like summer scent. So this is one of their like permanent scents, because they always have like their limited edition or like new collections, but this is one of their permanent scents, so I definitely would consider repurchasing this at some point. It's one of my kind of like go-to scents from them. If I'm like, they always have their like 3 for 3, so you like, okay, which scent do I want to get? If I'm gonna need to pick up some stuff, I'll always go for this scent. So I did really like that. And then finally from Bath & Body Works, I have this is the Winterberry Wonder Whipped Shimmer Body Mousse. So this I kind of bought in like an impulse. It's like a mousse that you like, it's like a lotion, but it has like shimmer. It was kind of fun, but it's definitely, I don't know, it like when I put on the glitter, it would like transfer onto my clothes, and I felt like a little bit like, it's just a little too much. So like, I like the idea of it, but practical, it's not super practical. And not super, since it's like a mousse type of texture, like maybe if you weren't super into like heavy lotions, you'd like this, because it does like sink in super quickly. But for me, I like a thicker like body butter body cream. So yeah, this wasn't my favorite, but you know, it was fun to use. So yeah, definitely nothing I repurchased, but yeah, I did use that one up. So that's everything for body care for this category in terms of dollars. Those items totaled to $30.74. My next category is hair care. So for this, I just use up one item. It's a shampoo. It's the Garnier Fructis Grow Strong shampoo. I tend to always buy the Garnier Fructis shampoos. I don't really know why. I think just because I like the smell of them. But with hair care, I'm not too picky with shampoos. I tend to just, you know, I want to like try different things, but I tend to buy a lot of the same sort of stuff. So I think with all my shampoo, conditioners, I'm like, well, it was fine, it worked. I don't have much to say about it, and I'd say the same about this. But yeah, I would consider repurchasing this one, but you know, nothing super spectacular about it. So that's all for hair care, and for this category, just the one item, totaled to $3.79. Next, I have what I consider like my tools. So for this category, I have some Up and Up cotton rounds, which I always have in my empties. I just use this to like take off my makeup, like my face makeup, my eye makeup. So I always go through a pack of these pretty much like every month. So used up those, continue to repurchase those. I really like them. And then I also have some blotting papers. This is from Sephora. It's the charcoal blotting papers. So I do use these every day, and especially with my like makeup combination that was like making me oily or not helping control the oil. I definitely needed to use these. I just had these on my desk at work and would use these. But I actually really like these ones. I've used this type, and I also used like the Boscia ones. It tends to be my go-to for Sephora orders when, you know, when you order something but you're not quite to the $50, I'll throw in like blotting papers to like get me up to the $50 if I'm just like a few dollars away from an order. But being oily, I do really actually use them as well. They don't just like sit there. I do go through them. So I did really like these. I definitely would consider purchasing the Sephora branded blotting papers at some point in the future. So I like those. So for the tools, I just had the two items. In total, in terms of dollars, those totaled to $10.85. And then finally, I used up a candle. So this is from Bath & Body Works. This is the Honey and Tangerine 3-wick candle. So this one I burnt through. I really like this one. I did have this in my like spring favorites. It was just very nice. It was like kind of a sweet scent. It wasn't too like overpowering. Funnily enough, it doesn't not particularly smell like honey or tangerine, but it was just kind of a nice sweet scent. It wasn't like anything too crazy, but I did really enjoy that. So that one is finished off as well. So for this, the dollar total was $11.72. I try to get these when you can get them on like the half off sort of deal, or like buy one or like buy two for 25 and like use a coupon. That's like everything with Bath and Body Works. It's like you get it on some sort of sale and then you have a coupon to make the prices less crazy. So anyway, that was my candle. So that is everything that I used up. So in total for this month, I used up $160.05. So I think because of the makeup items I used up, it kind of made the dollar amount of this month a little higher than some previous months, which, you know, it's good that I'm getting through things, but definitely it's good to also learn, like, it's not worth it to get the, like, super expensive, like, blotting powder, unless it's something, like, super amazing, but that one definitely wasn't worth it. So total this month, it was $160.05. For Sephora items, because I did use up like the makeup, a lot of the dollar value of the month was in Sephora items. So in total for Sephora items for this month, I used up $106.22 worth of product. Year to date for Sephora, I've used up $278.78. And then year-to-date total of everything, all the different categories from everywhere, I used up $584.41. So, I mean, it's definitely kind of like a lot, I guess. I don't know how much I expected I would have used up, like, in total for the year, but it's been interesting to kind of track, like, how much in terms of what I'm using up, the dollar amount of everything. It's been kind of interesting to see that. But yeah, those are my kind of empties for the month. And then I will quickly go over the samples that I've used up. I kind of am doing these at the end because they don't add to the dollar total, but I'll quickly talk about those as well. So I do have some primer empties. So last month I had used up my 2 little deluxe size primers, and then I'm trying to go through all of my like foil packets of primer just so I can get through all of them, and then eventually I would buy like a full size of a primer. So I want to like try out different things, see if I find anything that I really like that I want to maybe buy in a full size. But I have to say, so far I haven't really found anything that I absolutely love. So, you know, it's good to know, like, kind of cross things out and be like, okay, I know I don't like that, so I wouldn't maybe buy the full size. So, you know, it's still good. But anyway, so for the primers, the first one I used up was from Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Foundation Primer. It's like a pore minimizing one. So this was sort of like a thicker type of formula like the pore minimizers are. But I have to say, I think I prefer like the Benefit Professional over this one. This one didn't like make me like super excited or anything. I mean, I used it up, but definitely not anything I'd buy in the full size. I mean, I tend to even prefer with primer something a little more lotiony or like hydrating almost versus a pore filling one. Like, I like the pore filling ones in like small areas, but I don't prefer them for all over my face. And yeah, I would prefer the Professional over this one. Speaking of the Professional, I did use up two little card samples of them. Now, I know I have another one of the Professional, but I thought this would just be easy to use these up, and I've had these for a while, so I just used up these. So yeah, again, I really, of all the pore filling primers I've used, the Professional is my favorite. So used up those two. And then the last primer I used up this month was the DHC Velvet Skin Coat Makeup Primer. So this is one that's supposed to be like mattifying, which I like. I don't want mattifying products that make my skin feel like tight and uncomfortable, but you know, this one wasn't bad. I don't know if I'd buy it in the full size, but I'm still sort of on the search for like a primer that I really, really like. So this one was fine, but I don't think I'd buy it in the full size. And then finally for my samples, I have a few skincare items. So firstly, I used up a sample of a mask. This is the Josie Moran Whipped Mud Mask, and it was in the Vanilla Apricot scent. So here's the little like paper it came in. So it actually came with two masks, so I still have this one to use up, which is the unscented one. But this mask is really nice. So it's like 100% argan oil, also has clay, and they come in different scents, which is kind of cool. So this one was kind of fun to use. I definitely would consider at some point if I wanted to buy like a clay mask, this one, because it was nice. And it has a little bit of like grit to it, so it's like slightly exfoliating. Like you can kind of like massage it into your skin and let it sit there. So I did really like that. So that is finished off. Then I used up something from Skin Inc. This is their Pure Revival Peel. So it's kind of like a serum. You like massage it into your skin, and then it kind of like your like dead skin on like the top layer like kind of peels away. It doesn't hurt or anything. It's pretty like gentle but effective. So that was kind of cool to use, like to see like just a sample that actually was doing something. So I did enjoy that. Now I don't know if I'd buy this in the full size necessarily, but you know, it's kind of fun to use. So that I used up. And then finally from Korres, I used up their sample of the Wild Rose Vitamin C Active Brightening Oil. So this was kind of an interesting oil, but it it like smelled like the Wild Rose scent, if you smelled that one before. So I've had before from them the Wild Rose Sleeping Facial, which is like a night cream. And I actually really like that, and I like the scent, so this really reminded me that I really like that. I don't think I necessarily buy the oil, like as an oil I wasn't super like impressed with it, but it did remind me of the Sleeping Facial like night cream, and if anything, I think I'd repurchase that. Kind of made me like remember that I really like that, but I don't think I'd purchase this particular product. So that is everything for May. Yeah, I think I used up a good amount of stuff this month, so that's exciting. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.